Hey y'all. So I was going to show you how you can use the Hovercam in a classroom with Zoom, right? So right now I'm recording this on Zoom. So all I did was, as I would in a regular meeting, just open up Zoom, start a meeting, however you like to do that. I'm just going to share the screen now. Oh, you're seeing the whole desktop, right? I'm going to make my Zoom panel go away here. All right, so over here on the desktop is Hovercam, Flex 11. If I double click that, it'll open up the Hovercam. Okay, the Hovercam is a document camera. So one thing that you can do with it is take notes, right? So this can be a replacement for the blackboard in your whiteboard in your classroom. And now play that right down here underneath the Hovercam, right? So now here I have something that I could write on as I speak, and you're still in the middle of a Zoom session, right? So there are some settings on the Hovercam. I will bend this down just a touch so that you could see them. All right, so these buttons right here, right? So the middle button flips the picture. So if you ever come into the classroom, it's like everything is upside down. What's happening? You can just hit this button, turn it right side up for you. Okay. These button on the side here is a zoom in or zoom out, right? So if you had something that you wanted to show, I'll show you my nifty glasses. Man, look at those things, man. All right, so I'm gonna zoom in, and you can zoom in pretty far, right, and get some good detail on things. So if there was something small you needed to demonstrate or show in class, you could do that with this. It's also a great way if you had an article or something that you wanted the students to read that maybe was in the paper, or who knows, right? You could stick that under here too. But here we are just in, I'm going to use this to replace my blackboard. Oh, and these buttons over here for autofocus. So I'm just going to put this back up here. So the part that gets tricky, and if you're not careful, you have to watch that whatever you're writing here, that you don't move. If you look at the screen, like if you don't move off the screen, like I'm writing over here now, people can't see that, right? So you have to get used to, you get your paper set. I'm looking over in the monitor now. I see that everything can be seen very well, and then you can write. Okay, so, and you can see it pretty well, right? As far as what it might be comparative to a whiteboard in a classroom, right? So, and you can diagram if you want to, right? You can do all sorts of things. The one thing that's kind of nice about if you do something like this, you'll need more paper, right? You might want a marker. I use a pencil, like just because I had a pencil, but something darker, better contrast will look better on the videos and all that kind of thing, right? But if I had done this diagram earlier, right? Maybe something like this, you could say, oh, remember earlier in the class when I showed you this? That's what this looks like now here, or later on when we get to it. Just make sure when you move things, put things in, you're looking on the monitor, right, to make sure that it's all there for people to see. And in a classroom, this can all be projecting through the projector, right, just like you would any other time that you're in a classroom projecting things. And then if I share this screen in Zoom that's running the Hovercam, then you're sharing the Hovercam, right? So now I will stop the sharing the screen in Zoom. Oops, let's get to the right. And now you're back to me. So that's just a little quick demo on how to use the Hovercam in a classroom.